Hello and welcome to Wrestling AA. I'm Adrian, and we're going to be covering the 25th of April show of Smackdown Live. Let's jump straight into it, shall we? We open up with Shinsuke Nakamura and Dolph Ziggler cutting a promo. This was painful, physically painful to watch. It really was. Don't put yourselves through it. Really, don't. Just gonna move straight on. Went straight into the first match. Not straight into the first match, but we're going to ignore the first 8 minutes because it was just that bad. AJ Styles versus Baron Corbin. At this point, I had to question which recording of SmackDown I was watching. Yeah. AJ Styles won the match. It was nothing new because they did it last week. So really just did not keep my interest at all. It was just painful. Then we'll go into the next segment, which was an interview with Charlotte. Charlotte, does good promos. This was literally just a cut and dry interview. Just done and moving on. Then it's American Alpha versus the Clones. Now, they finally got rid of their Shining Star gear. They're now in brand new ring attire, and they still felt the need to make them lose the match. Gable pinned Epico in 5 minutes and 17, and the reason I'm telling you the timing for that is because this was a beat the clock challenge. There were going to be 2 tag team matches for the number 1 contendership. This was the first match. This is where they were going to set the time. And then a second match, if the winners of that could win in less time than it took American Alpha to win this match, they would then become the number 1 contenders. If it took them longer, then American Alpha would become the number 1 contenders. So we'll get onto that when we get into the next match later on. Then we went into a couple of promos, as that's what SmackDown Live is, a lot of promos. New Day promo. I'm not looking forward to them coming to SmackDown. Quite enjoying not having New Day on at the moment. I like the wrestlers, don't get me wrong, I do like the wrestlers, but I just can't stand the gimmick. Oh, please stop. Then we went into Rusev, who apparently has not been on SmackDown Live because he has refused to turn up until they give him a shot at the WWE Championship at Money in the Bank. That's why you've not been on TV, Rusev. Nothing to do with your shoulder. Yeah. Then we had a Becky Lynch promo, and not much happened in that either, to be honest. The next match was another repeat match, and that was Randy Orton versus Eric Rowan. It's a repeat match, not from last week, but the week before. So, 2 weeks, enough time for us to forget the match, I'm sure. It was a no DQ match. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a fan of Randy Orton. I'm not a fan of Eric Rowan. Putting them together, just why are you doing this to us? Seriously, why? So that was a match. Randy Orton won it. It wasn't impressive. There was a table spot, and even that couldn't save the match for me, which kind of says a lot. After the match, Randy Orton did his little promo on Bray Wyatt, and then Jinder Mahal came out talking about how nobody respects him because he's not American. It's like, no, Jinder, we don't respect you because you're a jobber, and you're not a particularly good jobber either. Like Mikey Whipwreck, that was a jobber that everybody respected. But no. I'm sorry, Jinder. Maybe we'll get to see more of him, and maybe when he gets more into actually doing offensive moves at matches, we might get behind him. But at the moment, I'm still really, really not sold on Jinder Mahal. Yeah. So anyway, the big highlight of that segment was Jinder Mahal then took the WWE Championship and left the arena, got on a limo and just went. Yeah. Then we have a Lana segment, which is just literally her doing a dance on a chair. Yeah, probably teasing for the fact that, as a lot of people are speculating, she looks like she's going to be taking up a version of the Emelina gimmick that was dropped so abruptly. Yep, we'll move straight on. This was the next match of the Beat the Clock challenge, and that was Breezango versus The Ascension. This is not a match I've seen before. This was a new match. And that alone made it worth me wanting to watch it. This was the match which everything hinged on for the night. Give me a solid match, a solid, decent match, and I'll be happy. And it was the best match of the night for me. Breezango versus The Ascension was the best match of the night for me. I'll let that sink in. Yeah. Anyway, the match ended with Fandango pinning Victor with 2 minutes and 36 seconds left on the clock, because at this point the clock was ticking down from the 5 minutes 17. Now I've done the maths, and bear with me. 2 minutes 41 that match lasted. Less than 3 minutes for the best match on the card. And it shouldn't have been the best match on the card, I'm not going to lie. Looking at the competitors in all the matches, just reading the matches, this should not have been the best match on the card, and it was. And so then we move on to the main event, and the main event was Naomi defending her women's championship against Charlotte. Has Naomi ever wrestled Charlotte before? I'm just gonna. Yeah. They wrestled last week, because that's what this episode of Smackdown was. It was basically, we can't be bothered to think of any new material, so let's just redo the matches from last week. So they did. And this match, again, it seemed like Charlotte was just trying to slow everything down so that Naomi could keep it up. Naomi can pull off some really impressive things in the ring, but unfortunately to do that, she doesn't quite hit the timings right, and that just kind of throws me out the moment personally. So this was not a great match, and it ended with a no contest when Natalya, Carmella, and Tamina interfered with the match and started attacking Charlotte. So no resolution to that at all. So title didn't change hands, and that was the only title match on the card. So overall review of Smackdown, don't watch it. If you're wondering what to do with yourself, if you've got that spare 2 hours free, find a wall, smack your head against it for 2 hours. It will be less painful than watching this week's episode. So that's all from us here at Wrestling AA. Hopefully you'll tune in next week, where we should be able to cover the Payback pay-per-view, which I'm so hyped for. I really am. And we'll also be doing our usual cover of Raw and Smackdown. Okay. Thank you for watching. I've been Adrian.